with a very clear choice. I'd be happy to yield to the gentleman from Ohio.
I thank the gentlelady from Florida for organizing this hour to talk about jobs and the economy and what the Democratic caucus has been doing to try to put our country back on track. Let me just say that I applaud all my members for being here, because there is one singular issue that I hear over and over again in my Midwest district in Ohio, is that we need to be the producers of wealth. We need to build things here, not just move wealth. And that is why it's so important that we focus on putting our country back on track, creating jobs that can't be outsourced, investing in our green economy, investing in the infrastructure that's going to make our country energy independent, not only for the jobs that it will create, but because it's a matter of national security. This Congress has done lightning speed, gone in lightning speed with great work to try to put that message and drive that message home in Midwest states like Ohio. And let me just say, the fruits of what we've been trying to sow for the last several months here, and you hear the Just Say No crowd who get up and talk about how they're against everything. We know what they're against, but what are you for? Are you for putting people back to work in Ohio? Are you for growing our economy? Are you for putting our nation on a path towards security with lessening our dependence on foreign oil? Those are the things that we're standing for in this Congress. And we want them to join us, because these answers aren't Democrat or Republican. They're not conservative or liberal. They're American answers that deserve American solutions. So if you're just trying to score political points, if you don't believe that you should bet against America and Americans, then join us, because we want to put our country back on track. Great things are happening in Ohio. We're starting to see the rebirth of our manufacturing sector after consecutive quarters of job loss and a stagnant economy that was handed to us. When we took over, I remind my colleagues, when we took over in 2009 in the 111th Congress, we were facing exploding deficits. $3.5 trillion was handed off to this Congress. 2 unfunded, undeclared wars, an economy that was in free fall. We didn't know where we were going to land. We had greed on Wall Street and a banking chaos. You know, this was a lot of work that this Congress had to try and get our arms around. But we see that what we've been able to do is begin to put our country back on track. 9 consecutive months of manufacturing growth, the best in the last 6 years. I mean, that's a strong message. And while we still need to do some work, and we have a lot of work actually to do on unemployment, this economy is growing again. And let me just remind, you don't hear this on the conservative talk radio shows. You don't hear this on the conservative cable shows. But this is the reality of what the Congress has been dealing with. One Democratic president in the last 20 years, and we had a $5.6 trillion surplus that was turned into $11 trillion deficit by the previous administration. You don't hear that talked about. You don't hear about the fact that we were handed a $3.5 trillion deficit just coming into office in 2009, but that is the facts and that is the reality. And I want to tell you that we're beginning to grow this economy. We're beginning to put people back to work. Just in my district alone, Barbasol Shaving Company is expanding, adding new jobs in Ashland, Ohio. We have the New Earth Corporation in my hometown of Alliance are adding new jobs and expanding. Tech4 in Worcester, who helps make drivetrains for our, that's Luke Manufacturing, expanding, $40 million investment. Tech4 in Worcester ended up bringing back 200 workers. These are real jobs that affect real families in our community, and that's what we've got to champion. Those are the things that we've been fighting for here in the Congress, and we want them to join us. We have a message to the Just Say No crowd. Join us. Help us put America back on track. We need you.
Here.
Are you?
Mr. Tonko?
Yes, Mr. Boccieri, Representative Boccieri is right on point. I believe that,